Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ben Zinn for NextLevelGuitar.com. We are bringing you today some inspired by licks and riffs in the style of Alice in Chains. Really great 90s band, great songs, great harmonies, great guitar playing. So a lot of good stuff. I'm excited about this one. We're going to bring you a few examples that you guys can try out at home. And to start off, I do want to mention, as with most of their tunes, we are going to be a half step down in all of our strings today. So standard tuning, half step down. We're going to start out and take a look at example number 1, using the wah pedal and octaves to create a riff or melodic idea in a song. And we're going to give you this idea. You guys can take it and run with it and hopefully be inspired to come up with some creative concepts of your own. So what I'm going to do is kind of set the vibe by playing just an open position D chord here. I'm going to have pretty high gain setting, and I'm going to click on my wah pedal. There it is. And I'm going to play my D chord. And I'm just working the wah pedal to kind of create a little bit of vibe before I get into my riff. I'm just slowly opening up the wah pedal and backing it off. Pretty straightforward, but a really effective thing that we can do when we're inspired by this band. Now that's going to set the stage for my riff. So let's break down everything that's happening there. It's pretty straightforward, but we want to make note of the use of octaves here, which is where I'm holding down a note on the 5th string and on the 3rd string, an octave apart here. I like to use my index finger and pinky. Some guys like to use index and ring. Whatever your preference is, as long as you get them to sound out, that's what counts. And you just want to make sure that you're not getting the note in between there. You want to deaden that with your index finger. And in this case, I just stayed all on one string and I moved a melodic idea around. And I'm just going to work that with my high gain setting and with my wah pedal. And so we notice when we bring in those elements, starting here and just calling this out from my first finger, it's just 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7, 8, 7, 8, 5, 3, 5. Okay? And the pinky just follows that with that same shape. Now, when we engage our sounds here, our high gain and our wah pedal, we just want to keep the wah pedal going in a consistent rhythm and just play the same idea. And we see that start to come to life a little bit with the sound that we're using. So this is octaves with use of the wah pedal, just kind of, keeping that steady rhythm. It's a very familiar sound if you've listened to the Alice in Chains catalog, and it's something that you can use in your own playing, in creative situations. So there we have example number 1, Alice in Chains, all good stuff. On to number 2 here. For number 2, we're going to go in a little bit of a different direction, and we're going to go clean tone here. We're going to look at some fun little chord voicings. And these will be familiar sounding as well here. But we're going to put them together in a little bit different light. So we hear this all over those great Alice in Chains tunes where we have these open strings ringing against fretted notes, create some really interesting colors in our chord voicings, and they're not too hard to do. They take standard chord voicings, just change them around a little bit. So let's take you through all of these chord voicings that we just played. Basically, we're starting from an F sharp chord here, but we're just, instead of barring the whole thing, we're going to lift up on the top 2 strings and leave those open. So spelled out from frets from the 6th string, this would be 2, 4, 4, 3, 0, 0. Very nice chord there. And now we're going to go to an A chord with some open strings. Spelling this out from the 5th string, this would be 0, 7, 6, 0, 0. Okay, moving on, we're going to go to this B chord here, but again, we're going to leave the top 2 strings open. You can move this same shape around so many spots on the neck and find interesting sounds. So we're just going to take that same pattern up to the 10th fret now. And now I'm going to play an E chord here. But I'm going to leave string 6, 2, and 1 all open while I'm kind of grabbing this power chord on the inside strings. If it works there, let's find another place to see if it works. So we'll just drop this down a whole step, and I'll start at the 5th fret here. But this time I don't play string 6 open. I find that that's going to be a little muddy sounding. So I just start from string 5 for this chord. Now I'm going to return to my A chord here. Now I'm going to make a G chord. Again, just taking this bar chord and not barring the top 2 strings, leaving those open. And finally returning to this chord. So you can think about these chord shapes as, you know, blank canvases that you can fill in with different rhythmic ideas based on how you're feeling. I chose to do it like this. You do what you want at home. Again, we're inspired by Alice in Chains. Come up with our own kind of vibe. Okay, so our next inspired lick is kind of a combination of some open position riffing and a little bit of lead play. So it's kind of a little bit of best of both worlds, I think. But we're going to start here with just an open position E chord. And what I'm going to do is separate out the range of the chord a little bit. I'm going to hit the lower strings and then accent with the higher strings like this. Then I'm going to come back to the open 6th string and grab that 3rd fret note to kind of answer it. So you'll notice I'm still letting the chord ring out to anchor that. That's kind of a fun idea. You're just taking an open chord, but you're making it heavy with your sound and your approach. Second part of this idea is going to find us playing a single note riff descending. I'm going to make use of some fretted notes on the 6th string against an open 4th string. So here's the riff and then we'll break it down. And we're going to combine that with that first thing. What we're doing is playing the 4th string open, then going to the 7th fret of the 6th string, and then back, then to the 6th fret, then back to the open string, and then to the 5th fret. So you're kind of working your way down on the 6th string, but you're playing that against the 4th string open each time. And you're going to palm mute that as well. So with your right hand, you want to work on dampening the strings over here as you pick. So just the second half of that riff. Second half combined with the first part. In that same context, in that same vibe, want to give you some lead ideas as well. And so we're just in the key of E minor basically for our lead ideas. So we're going to jump up here to our familiar 12th position pentatonic shape, and we're going to play a couple of repeated ideas that work out well here. So here's the idea, and then we'll break it down. So, great thing about Alice in Chains is all the parts are so great. When you break them down, you know, I was inspired. It's not really that crazy of a lick if you're used to playing some lead stuff. Okay, so we're going to get into this by doing a couple of quick hammer-ons here. 12th fret to 14th fret. Both at string 5 and string 4. So that's just quick and in succession. And then you're going to get out of that at the 12th fret, 3rd string, and you're going to give it some vibrato. Pretty wide vibrato if you want to. So we're going to repeat that lick 2 times. Here it is with our gain blast. Now you could go back and repeat that whole thing again. Now to give it a nice little answer, what we're going to do here is play the 12th fret of the 4th string, and I'm going to string jump to the 2nd string 15th fret. So this is 4th string, now this is 2nd string, and I'm going to do a double bend. So that's one pick, bend up, release, then bend up again. So that's only 4 picks of the string, but a little bit more happens there. We pick here, bend up, release, bend again. Return back to the 14th fret, and then finally 12th fret, 3rd string. So our whole lead idea together now. Check out more Alice in Chains Jerry Cantrell inspired licks, lessons, ideas, head over to our website, nextlevelguitar.com. Right now we have a 3-day free all access pass. We're just giving it away. You can check out the whole site, all the lessons we have there. We have more from this lesson as well as several more. So head over to nextlevelguitar.com and we'll see you over there. I want to say thanks so much for checking out the lesson. This is Ben Zinn for nextlevelguitar.com. If you dug the lesson, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment below. Be sure and hit subscribe too. That way we'll let you know whenever we post new lessons. And yeah, we really appreciate it. Once again, Ben from Next Level Guitar, and I'll see you guys next time.